Okay, my friends, let's show you how to get all these things into Google. Now, I'm going to use Google. You can pretty much use any web browser you want. You can also use a calculator if you want to use a calculator. The mathematics of the button pushes or the keystrokes is going to be the same. So we'll do each one of these things as we go. And you'll see the strengths and also some of the limitations that Google, for example, has in doing these kinds of problems. So let's do this first one here. 12 minus 11 over 5. Now, we worked this one earlier. We know it's 1/5 or 0.2 as a decimal. So let's go over to Google and let's put that in. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to do this wrong first, and you're going to see why it's wrong. I'm going to type 12 minus 11 over 5. Now, this is not going to equal 0.2. It's going to equal 9.8. And the reason it doesn't equal 0.2 is, well, I don't know if you can kind of see that right there. Do you see the parentheses that Google's using? It grouped 11 divided by 5. Because when you put that expression into Google up here, Google doesn't know that you're supposed to do 12 minus 11 first in the fraction bar. You have to tell it. It thinks, by doing order of operations, that 11 divided by 5 has to go first. In order to correctly put the operations in the order you want them to be, you have to force it up here by placing the 12 minus 11 in parentheses, which will then give you the correct value of 0.2. And you can see how Google puts those parentheses in there. This all stems from the fact that we are still using what's called single line display in our computers. And I'm not sure we're ever not going to, honestly. We've been using it for over 40 years now, and I don't think we're going to change. So when you're using a single line display, like up here, you have to tell the computer exactly what to do in a single line. You can't put a fraction bar and have a numerator above a denominator. Those are separated by parentheses in order to do it correctly. All right, let's go back to the document. This is the one where we had 12 inches minus 11 inches over 5 inches. And this ended up, if you remember, it's the same answer as this one up here. Google can also handle problems like that with words in them. Watch this. If I just come up here and put that in inches and that in inches, spell it right. And now I'm going to be careful here. I'm going to put 5 inches in parentheses also. That way, Google knows the entire numerator is 12 inches minus 11 inches. And the entire denominator is 5 inches. And when I press enter, I come up with 0.2. And you can see what it did right there. It grouped them for you. All right, a couple more. This is the same one, except we were just dividing by 5. So in other words, it's the same option as this one, but we're not dividing by 5 inches. We're just dividing by 5. You don't need parentheses. You can put the parentheses on if you want. I'm going to press enter, and it's going to tell, look at that. It keeps track of the inches for you. 0.2 inches, just like we said. So it can keep track of those units. All right, this next one has no units. It's just this mathematical expression. Now, I'm going to try typing that in. 5 minus 3 squared. That's how you do 5 minus 3 to the second power. Plus 5 minus 5 to the second power. Plus 5 minus 1 to the second power. Divided by, I think it was 3 minus 1, right? Yep, 3 minus 1. Now, we know what this is supposed to equal. This is supposed to equal 10. If I press enter, I don't get 10. I get 8 1/3. And the same reason I got the wrong answer here for this one is because I made the same mistake that I made in the first one we did, 12 minus 11 over 5. You have to remind Google that the numerator is this entire expression here, and the denominator is this entire expression here. So I need to place parentheses here and here. That groups the numerator. And then here and here, and that groups the denominator. And that's how I get 10. I'm not saying this is easy to look at because it sure isn't. That is not easy to look at right there. But that's the way you have to group it if you want to use technology to actually do these expressions and get the correct answers. This is the exact same expression as this one, except this one has units involved. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to put those units in. So I'm going to put 5 feet minus 3 feet. And then 5 feet minus 5 feet. And then 5 feet minus 1 foot. Okay, ready? If you remember, this should be 10 square feet. It's given you the answer in square meters. So if I copy that and I go to Google and I say, what is that many square meters in square feet? It's going to tell me 10. Because 0.9 square meters is equal to 10 square feet. Now, a better question is, why did it do this? And I don't know the answer, and I don't know when you're watching this video. If you're watching this video in 2020, that's when this error happened. If this video is still up maybe in 2021 or 2022, maybe they'll fix this glitch. This is a glitch in the program. It's doing a conversion to the metric system for some strange reason. I don't know why. But I include problems like this in your notes because sometimes, even though Google is extraordinarily good at doing this kind of stuff, there are certain things it can't do well yet. I think we can try some homework now. Let's do it.